Imagine getting a call from a number you don't recognize. You pick up, and what you hear on the other end makes your blood run cold. A whisper, a curse, a death sentence. This is not just an urban legend. This is the terrifying mystery of the witch's phone number. Some claim it's a cursed sequence of digits. Others say it's a direct line to something unnatural. But those who have dialed it, many were never seen again. There are phone numbers in the world that should never be called. Some say they are cursed. Others believe they serve as a gateway to the unknown. But one number, whispered in the darkest corners of the internet, is said to be the most dangerous of them all. They call it the witch's number. This is no ordinary urban legend. Across different countries, chilling stories have surfaced. People who dialed the number mysteriously vanished, suffered gruesome fates, or were haunted by an unseen force. Is this merely a myth? Or is there something truly sinister behind the number that brings death? The legend traces back to the early 1900s, deep within a forgotten village, where a woman named Lillian Crow was accused of witchcraft. The townspeople feared her, calling her the Black Whisper. They believed she could hex people simply by speaking their names. One night, they dragged her from her home, tied her to a wooden post, and burned her alive. But as the flames rose, she screamed a string of numbers into the night. Her final words were said to be a curse on anyone who dared to repeat them. The legend of the witch's phone number varies depending on the country, but the most well-documented cases come from Japan, Mexico, and Russia, three places known for their deep-rooted supernatural folklore. Japan, the number of the Onryo. In Japan, an old urban legend speaks of a number, 090-4444-4444. The number itself contains multiple occurrences of 4, shashai, which sounds like the word for death. According to stories, those who call the number hear a chilling voice, sometimes sobbing, sometimes whispering unintelligible words. Within a few days, the caller experiences horrific accidents or is plagued by nightmares that slowly drive them to insanity. Some believe the number is linked to an Onryo, a vengeful spirit who answers the call and marks the caller for death. Mexico, La Bruja's Call. In Mexico, the legend tells of a cursed number, plus 5255, 666666. It is said to belong to La Bruja de la Llorona, a witch who made a pact with dark forces. Those who dial this number hear a woman's voice murmuring in Spanish, warning them, "No debeste llamarme," which means, "You should not have called me." Within days, the caller starts seeing shadows following them, and in some cases, they mysteriously disappear. Local police have reportedly investigated cases where people's last call logs included this number before they were never seen again. Russia, the number that seals your fate. In Russia, the infamous number plus 766666666 is feared by many. Legends claim that those who answer a call from this number hear their own voice predicting their death. Whether it's an accident, a murder, or a natural disaster, the premonition always comes true. Some believe it is a line that connects directly to a dark entity, while others think it is a Soviet-era experiment gone horribly wrong. In 2002, a businessman from Tokyo reportedly called the cursed number as a joke. The next morning, his wife found him sitting in the corner of his room, muttering to himself with his eyes rolled back. He He never spoke again. His phone was found next to him, screen cracked, and the call log mysteriously wiped. In 2011, 3 university students in Mexico dialed the infamous number as part of a dare. They laughed it off, but within a week, all 3 had vanished without a trace. The only clue left behind was a recording on one of their phones, static, mixed with an eerie, distorted voice whispering, "Vienen por ti," which means, "They are coming for you." In 2015, a man in Moscow received a call from a cursed number. His terrified wife later recalled that he dropped the phone, screaming that he had heard his own voice say, "You will die in a car crash tomorrow." The next day, he was involved in a freak accident on a highway. The strange part, his phone records showed no incoming calls. While many dismiss the witch's number as a mere hoax, those who have dared to dial it report chilling experiences. The call often connects to disturbing noises, static, whispering, or blood-curdling screams. Some claim to hear their own name being spoken in an unknown language. Others receive texts afterward, filled with cryptic messages or images that disappear after being viewed. The most terrifying cases involve people who answered an unknown call shortly after dialing the cursed number, only to hear their own voice on the line. Many have tried to explain the terrifying phenomena associated with these numbers. Here are some of the most popular theories. 1. A supernatural gateway. Some believe these numbers act as portals to another dimension, allowing spirits or demonic entities to communicate with the living. 2. A government experiment. Others think these numbers are part of a secret experiment, perhaps a psychological test designed to study human reactions to fear. 3. A cyber hoax gone wrong. A more skeptical theory is that hackers use these numbers to track and terrorize victims, using deepfake technology to mimic voices and cause paranoia. Would you risk it? Urban legend, paranormal phenomenon, or something much, much darker? The only way to know for sure is to call. But be warned, once you dial, there's no going back. Would you ever dare to call one of these cursed numbers? Let us know in the comments. If you love eerie stories, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Tale Rail for more chilling tales from around the world.